Hello. You're playing with your microphone.
What?
Or it's like turning an amp up. It's like,
Little ears go. What?
Yeah, exactly.
You're here. Squirrel. Hi.
Hello. Yes,
Hello.
we're doing a podcast, aren't we?
We're back again. Yay. And next month will be our second anniversary from September of 2022.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're getting up there. Can you believe 2 years has flown by like everybody else? You blink and it's the next month. You blink again and it's the next month, and time is flying.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the Eyes of Indigo podcast. This is Iris over here, and I am Margot. Hello. Welcome to the show. Warm welcomes to our regulars as you check in, as you come in. Please, in the comment section, type hi, type hello, type nanu, namaste, whatever floats your boat, please. And Nicole, if you're out there, hey, cheese bag. She started it. All right, so let her explain that one. Inside jokes there. But for those of you that are new to the show, welcome to the channel. We're very happy to have you. We're grateful for everybody that chooses to come and play and learn and laugh with us. Thank you. So, let's see. We are broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube live every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern Time. You can hear us also in audio recordings as well as back recordings on Spotify, iTunes, and their conglomerates. If you're new to the show and who is this Margot? Who is this Irish person? What are their credentials? Go to see our credentials in the very first episode called The Prequel, and you can hear the rundown of what led us to hear our credentials that got us here and so on. It was a lovely laugh down memory lane for us too. So feel free to check that out if you're not familiar with us already. And Iris, what other housekeeping do we have?
A reminder that if you want to search our previous shows, we have and I don't have a picture of it today. I didn't have it primed up, but you can go to iriscarter.com and you'll see Eyes of Indigo podcast and you'll see Eyes of Indigo directory. Go to the directory and there's instructions and links, and you can look up all the different keywords that are from the various shows to get more from that. And just to remind everybody, what is this about? We discuss weird stuff in a rational way. So our topics vary. Your mileage may vary on the topics, but you just never know what's going to come out of our mouths.
We don't either.
Yeah, exactly. Annabelle, hello. How are you? I'm curious. Are you in New York now? They were in Greensboro. They moved to Miami, and then they were planning to move to New York. And I thought, my goodness, talk about a trek. And
that was East Coast shuffling.
Yeah. Yeah. So
pray for her. She drives the I-95. All the I-85 and all those crazy highways.
Yeah. So
north south.
Okay. So what's tonight's show about? Let's pull that up.
Tonight's show is about Navel Orange Chakras Level 2.
Yeah. So we're doing the 7 chakras one at a time. So it's going to take us 7 months to get through them. This is our second of the series. And so tonight is Navel Orange, which should give you a hint that one is near your navel. Yay! and we got festive for the occasion.
Yeah, we did. We oranged and peached up for you. And hello to Marion Faye Lambert Barber.
Marion, yay! Oh, girl, you fell off the map. Where have you been? Oh my God, it's so good to see you. Annabelle is
Marion. You got a hand flap there. That was pretty cool.
No, I have missed her so much, and we met a couple times in person, and it was like I got to call her. And then it was
There
like I
she
get
is.
sidetracked and all that. And it's like, yay, she's
There
here.
she
I was ready to
is.
go out and do a hunt for her or something.
Well, Annabelle gave us a little, gave us a little more. She said she's in White
Yeah,
Plains, New York now.
yeah, I had that up.
Which, yeah, absolutely. I'm
That's
sure
a
she
Statue of
appreciates you.
Liberty, I guess.
It is. It's a little tiny Lady Liberty, little green girl for
um,
sure. Another green goddess, absolutely.
so for our
So
chakras, I'm going to show off. This is one of my
give us a
stones.
backhand,
Yeah.
or put it in your palm. There you go. Oh, you can see your bracelet too. There you go.
Yeah, wee.
Carnelians, all kinds of carnelians, orange
And
carnelians.
you can kind of, yeah, because you know those stones better than I do. I get them because they're pretty, not because I
That's
know what they are. That's a
I
cat's
started
eye.
that way. That's a cat's eye. It's also called a tiger eye when it's
Yeah.
yellow orange like that.
And
Brown counts as orange.
yes.
Brown stones count as orange. And ooh, that's a nice deep one. And I cannot remember what that one's called. I've seen it. It's not a bloodstone, but it's kind of like that. But it's a type of jasper. That's what it is. It's a type of jasper.
Very cool.
Very cool.
So those are made.
And
Oh, wait. One more.
I've got this one here. It's an orange calcite. And it
Nice.
and it's got that weird soapy feel to it but a it's still a stone. But yeah, she's sitting right here. And then you've got ooh, a fish carving, and that's another jasper. Yeah.
The dolphin.
Oh, it's a dolphin.
Actually, it looks more like a catfish or something. But
It does.
yeah, a Marion hunt for Indian spirits. Yes, if you want to do that sometime, I would love to do that. Yeah, she goes out. There's a riverbed near her home, and she finds Indian.
Artifacts.
She finds artifacts all the time. She's found pottery and things like that. And
Ooh,
yeah.
very cool. There's a book you guys are making me remember. It's a fiction book. I think it's called Sea Rock City. No, no, no. Waiting for the Crack of Dawn. It's the same author, different book. Waiting for the Crack of Dawn. And he talks about going out doing Indian spirit hunting with his grandmother, who
Ooh,
moves in with his family when he's a little boy. And him and grandma have adventures. And it's called Waiting for the Crack of Dawn. And she's old school pre electricity. And she keeps telling him what we would think is bullshit folklore. And he believes it. So he wakes up every morning expecting to hear like a rifle crack at when the sun comes up, and it never happens, and it never happens. And then the morning that she dies, it does. And that's at the end of the book. There's a bunch of stuff. It's like Fred Chappell.
ooh,
It's like or Chappelle, however you say his name.
chapel.
Yeah, he's a Chappell. Okay, and that's right. The comedian is Chappelle.
Yeah,
I forgot. And anyway, it's called "Waiting for the Crack of Dawn." It's one of my favorite books. It's
I'm not.
Appalachian folklore stories, and um, it's well written. You will literally be snickering, giggling, crying, and sighing while you're reading the book.
Oh,
It's
nice.
very, very vivid stuff. And anyway, yeah, it's they find one. They go looking for Indian spirits, and him and his brother and his grandmother and dad accidentally found one, and shit goes down.
Nice.
So yeah, so check it out. It's really well written, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, good. Sounds like you ladies have some fun planned for that. Absolutely, absolutely. Um, Shifting gears.
Yeah, please, let's get back to where we were.
Second chakra, orange chakra. I'm gonna pontificate for a little bit. Iris is jumping in as we go, and I understand she has some great visuals for us. I've seen a couple, and please keep in mind we have a weird sense of humor on this show. We do not condone any violence. We just think it's hysterically funny when it's in the context of a joke.
Yeah.
Just a joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Just say it. So Second chakra. Can you start us off with the full chart and show us that beautiful bean footage of that?
This one or the other one?
That one. That
Okay.
one. Pop that one all the way up if you don't mind.
Yeah.
This is a chart that me and several of my Reiki master teacher graduates made over the years. And it's a chart that tells you, ta-da, chakra info. And you can see across the top the categories of the features, such as the first column is the number and the color. Second column is names of the chakra. Third, the prime function of the chakra. The fourth column, divine principle, and so on. And then the green labels get into something else that's still chakra related. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's stick with the first columns, starting.
Oh, do you want
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, starting on the left side, and we have a close up for you. Iris, you're right on. Thank you. No, we're doing exactly it.
okay.
So this is the second chakra, which is classically the color of orange or any shade of orange, including brown. Okay, and it's located right behind your navel, behind your belly button, and there is the Hindu word for it. And the prime function of it, I noticed it's missing a word when I was reviewing stuff for the show, but it worked. Shot the navel chakra and the vibration that it's at mostly affects things of relationships and emotions, especially intimacy and sexuality, emotions related to that, and expressing your emotional needs and sexual needs. Another prime function is creativity. And I wish that word was in that big space right there uh, on the second line in the second box.
Let me
But
just one
all
thing.
creativity. Yeah. Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the first box, the next printing, fix your navel, the second navel, because you got it behind
It's
the
not
navel.
spelled wrong. Look at that. It's spelled like an orange.
No, behind your navel, Naval. Navel oranges are Navel.
Oh, that's right. So that, you know
That's
what? I
spelled
spelled
like
it
the
like the
navel.
military.
Yeah.
That's a military spelling. Daggone, nobody's caught that in, wow, that's great, in like 10 years.
Yeah.
So excellent.
Uh,
Definitely. So there's two typos we're going to fix. Thank you.
mhm.
Awesome. So, what's the goal of the chakra? Or maybe we also call it the divine principle. What's the purpose of the chakra? And it's to develop your sensitivity and sensuality, to be able to manage sensual desires in a healthy, proactive way, how you respond, how you reproduce, either artwork or children, okay, how you produce or reproduce, and how to gracefully give and receive energy and vibrations at this level. So the next column is some of the physical properties. What are some things related to in the human body as well that are related to second chakra issues? That is one of the lowest seats of your life force energy. The common cold is related to that, by the way, if you
And
want to.
oranges are good for that.
And ooh, that's true. Vitamin C and oranges are good. Good correlation. Thank you. Yeah, that's all. And your sense of aliveness, your energy level, if you're tired or not all day, that kind of energy level, your sex drive, and your creativity. The word creativity does show up in that physical property. I think it needs to be over there in prime function too. It also affects your chakras, affects your senses. It affects your sense of taste, whether things taste good or how they taste, or if you can taste.
Hmm.
And then switch over to the next one, anatomical connection, body parts that your second chakra affects, and anything in your sacral region, which is lower abdomen, your spleen, your urinary tract, male and female, kidneys, ovaries, testes, uterus, blood sugar, all that good stuff, and in the glandular system, the adrenals, which sit on top of your kidneys, are all affected by second chakra. So it's a, instead of chakra, should be saying it right. Chakra, ch. It's a ch sound. It
Yeah.
affects, yeah, the second chakra affects these physical properties and that piece of your uh, endocrine system. Now, your emotional connections, which are super important to humans and very paramount to second chakra, is your emotional makeup, is definitely in here with your ability to let go and to get engaged, such as intimacy. And that can be friendship or romance or parent child or whatever. So, intimacy and letting go, your ability to get involved, and your ability to step out and let go in a situation emotionally on an emotional level. It's also affecting your taste, what appeals to you and what does not, in that sense of the word taste. Your emotional needs, when you need emotional cleansing, whether or not you're comfortable with affection, giving and receiving it, and when you feel inspired, that's the inspiration is going to hit your second chakra first.
Hmm.
Feelings, it also affects your different feelings that humans have. And this is the feeling of desire versus first chakra, which is your feelings of sexuality, feeling sexual. This is more about the desire side, the creative side, the emotional attachment, detachment side of sexuality. So it's more about desire rather than just sex itself, the feelings that go with um, copulation. Let's just say it that way. And so, what I want to bring to you next is there are also objects and things and concepts that can assist people in developing or healing or focusing on your second chakra healing. If you've got issues with any of those phrases that you see on the screen, any of those concepts you see described or heard me describe, there are tools out there that can help you manage that. And essentially, if you have the chart, you have to turn it sideways, but I put it at an angle. These are tools from planets, from music notes. I'm reading from left to right here. Uh, Different elements are associated each one. There's aromatherapies, there's metals, a chant, there's there's many foods, but there's one type listed here that's best for second chakra. Fragrances, incenses, and stones and crystals. And in this case, second chakra, of course, sensuality, related to sexuality, feminine stuff. By the way, your first chakra is your male chakra, your second chakra is your female chakra, so femininity. Your yin side of your yin yang, that's all coming out of second chakra. And therefore, the planet that's associated to it, there's two: the moon and Venus. Oh. And by the way, my name in translation means moonlight.
Oh, wow. Cool.
It means moonlight. It also means pearl light. So second chakra, baby, all the way through.
And it's
And
interesting because we have like blood moons and orange moons and, that kind of
yes,
thing.
and absolutely. And they think of a blood moon is a first and second chakra dealio because it's red.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are pieces of bigger medicine and things you can combine. So uh, if you want to meditate on second chakra issues, the music around the note of D, D as in Delta.
Hmm.
And if you like doing elemental work, feminine stuff, it's water. Water is very closely associated to navel chakra. Consider that the second chakra also affects your bladder and your urinary system, water. Having babies, water, with a symbolism for the healing and the mother, water. That's all second chakra, water.
Yeah.
Aromatherapy, two popular choices are vanilla and sandalwood for second chakra. A related metal is tin. The chanting of a note has to do with Vang, V-A-N, or Vang, probably V-A-N-G. It depends on if you speak Hindu or not. How are you going to pronounce that? The type of food is liquid. Well, of course, water. So
Mm.
anything liquidy, yeah, is going to affect your second chakra, such as soups and drinks and so on. A popular fragrance for second chakra is rose, or what do you think is another fragrance for second chakra?
Orange.
Orange.
Yay.
Of course, absolutely. Roses and oranges. But another one is pine.
Mm.
Pine. Pine needle tea. Highly recommend it for those of you that are concerned about VAX issues. Pine is super high in vitamin C. That's not the only property in it that you want, but by the way, it is a highly vitamin C in pine needle
I think it's got
tea.
4 times the vitamin C of an orange.
That makes sense. Yeah, a lot of things have more vitamin C than oranges. But I digress into popular media commentary. Back to where we were. The last one we had a little bit of fun with a minute ago. Crystalline stones, carnelians, very orange. Pieces of coral, very orange. Red jasper, which is actually a soft rosy, which is what rose. That's good. Iris, wrong flower.
Yeah, I'll show that again.
Absolutely. And then, of course, orange calcite and moonstone.
Oh,
Moonstone, which Iris also has, is also a second chakra stone.
so here's that.
Red jasper.
Yeah. See,
There you go.
and
Absolutely.
and then this is a moonstone from India that my great uncle gave me.
That he polished up and set for her.
Yeah, and you can.
And when she pulls it, when you pull your hand further away from the camera, yeah, now y'all can see the peachy orange hue to it. Isn't that pretty? And that's not coming off her blouse. It really does look like that one.
Yeah.
Super, super, super pretty.
And so I want to say hello. Rose Hammersmith came in while we had that graphic up. And so hello to Rose. And Edie is here and says, dressing the part, are we? Of course, whenever we can.
Until we get to gold lame,
Yeah.
then I'm at a loss. But hey, we all have our limits. But yes, we were addressing the part. Thank you for noticing. And second chakra is when people are having um, socio emotional problems, relationship problems with their romantic partners, their spouses, their boyfriends, girlfriends, things like that. It's a second chakra issue. All right. And when they're having sexual problems, mechanical, need a sex therapist or a doctor kind of thing, that's a first chakra issue. When they're having intimacy issues or challenges, let's say, that's a second chakra issue. And when you are doing medicine work or healing on someone, yes, you can use those pretty little tools that were in the sidebar section, the note of D, anything that's water and liquid, vanilla, sandalwood, pine, orange, rose, carnelian, moonstone, all that good stuff, the moon and Venus medicine. You can use all those things to help treat second chakra issues on somebody who's showing for that. Now, keep in mind, this is also an excellent place to receive. Second chakra is a great place to receive support and help when you're having a creative block. Let's say you're a fine artist, or you're a writer, or you're a choreographer, and you're trying to design something creatively. You're an interior decorator, you're an architect, you're an engineer. You're trying to design something and you're stuck. If you're an engineer, you can be stuck on problem solving. Send energy to your second chakra. Do work on that, because that is where creativity and inspiration comes in. That's where the feminine divine can hook it and cook it for you really fast and get some fresh energy in there, and let your yin side, yin as opposed to yin yang, and let your yin side row the boat, so to speak. Boat, water. Huh?
Mm,
Huh? Thank you. Row the boat for you for a little while to get you back in the groove when you do have an artist block, or when you are feeling stagnant in a creative sense. um, for people trying to have children, work on your second chakra, not your first. Obviously, sex helps you with both. Intercourse and sex is going to hit both of those. But outside of that, absolutely. And people that are trying to, birth new ideas, birth a new business, birth a new awareness for the whole planet,
Oh.
shift us all. Guess what? Gaia, the planet, has a chakra system too. And there is all kinds of discussion and commentary about where each of the seven chakras are all around the planet. Guess what? You don't need to know all you exactly where it is. By intention, you're touching the planet, you're touching all of it. Your intention, as most of us understand, your intention will go everywhere because everything is connected on some level somewhere, energetically, physically, literally, or metaphorically, but that's real too. In its own way, you're all connected. So all you have to do is focus on the gold side, the orange side, the brown side of earth, the chocolate side, the wood side, of the water side. Heck, you can go put your feet in a creek. You can go put your feet in the ocean. You can go put your feet in a puddle. If you're not near any of that, go stick your feet in the tub. Stay out of the toilet.
Yeah. Drink
But
the water.
water, mhm, water will take you straight to that second chakra um, connection on Gaia to help us through this shifting into our higher consciousness and get past what we feel are stalls and breaks and taking too damn long. And how many times have you heard this conversation in the past several months, 2 years? All right, this is one of the ways you can participate in getting us as a planet and Gaia and all her peoples and children's and beings past the stuck point. Go meditate on second chakra, connect to a water source, bring a water source. In the very least, if you like altars, put some water in a little tiny bowl or any other liquid, which can be beer, wine, broth, um, sacred elixirs, whatever you want in a in your on your altar as you meditate. Yeah, or meditate in the bathtub.
You know,
Meditate with your feet in the bathtub. Whatever you want to do.
and bring some orange flowers into your kitchen, or little things like that will make a difference. And it just
Yes.
dawned on me when we were talking about all this. My sister, when she was a teenager, she's 6 years older than I am. She painted one wall of her room orange, bright orange, and it was
Wow.
so cool. And I could look at it from my room. But I used to always love being in that space. It was warm. It was, it was just, it
Yeah.
was like going to a different
The
country.
vibration.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. The energy. I'm sure having a whole wall of orange. Yeah. The vibration coming off of that must have been very intriguing for a youngster.
yeah. And
Absolutely. For a
she had some
teenager.
funky posters up. It was the 70s. She had funky posters up and some black light posters with black lights hanging over them and stuff like that.
Very intriguing for 16 and a 6-year old. Yeah. Or,
10-year-old, yeah.
12-year-old, 10-year-old. Yeah. Yeah. Very intriguing. That's cool.
So,
Very cool. Very cool.
all right.
So,
Let me throw some funnies in here. So because we've
oh,
been
please
drilling
do.
in on the other stuff for a while, so let's do this. This is talking about the root chakra, but that's okay because we did that last time. You need to open up your root chakra and take your crown chakra out of it.
Amen to that.
In other words, take your head out of your ass, everybody. Okay.
Just translate that one. It's a guru
Just to make
little
sure we know what we're
smudge.
talking about. And I thought that
Yes.
was cute. Orange kitty. Cool
Oh,
kitty learns to open his third eye chakra.
oh, somebody stuck a googly eye sticker on your forehead. Him cute. And he
Yeah.
looks like an alien too, the shape of his little skull and eyes,
I
doesn't he?
know it. I know
He's an alien pussycat.
it.
Yay. Favorite kind.
And let's see, this one
Oh,
is another cat. When your chakras are lit as fuck and your aura radiates cosmic
cosmic
deliciousness.
deliciousness. That's a tiger flinging stars
Glitter
and
or
sparkle
something.
out into the cosmos with his little back paw, shooting
Yeah.
out little backhand paw. He's a beautiful tiger. That's about as orange as you can get, honey, with all that feminine divine sparkle with an orange cat in there too. That yes, that was second chakra as fuck.
You a couple more just for fun?
Yes.
When you bring a friend to your meditation group and he asks what a chakra is, dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
I think all of us sooner or later have had a situation, and the answer is later.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
I'll tell you
This one's
later. I'll
just
tell
a
you later.
quickie. Officer, I use these crystals to align my chakras. Ma'am, this is a bag of meth.
You know that they've heard that excuse before all over the place.
And last one is just adorable. Excuse me, I'm getting my
Oh,
chakras aligned.
it's a bunny with 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, with all 7 stones aligned on his little belly and his head. It's a live photo for those of you that are joining us on audio later on. It's a live white bunny. It looks like asleep on somebody's lap, and they have lined up the 7 colors of stones along its belly and up its nose onto its head in the right chakra positions for a human. And
And
he's
then
very in his yeah, he's very serene. Oh my goodness.
and that just
That
that
is
just makes me want to
adorable.
go,
Doesn't it though? It's like very inspirational. I'm like, that would make a great no, poster for a wall
yes.
in a in a dojo, in a meditation dojo or a yoga studio. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. And his little dirty feet. He's a white bunny with dirty feet. He's so
Yeah.
cute.
Oh,
Big
oh,
pink ears.
I do have one more smart ass one to give you here.
Sure.
When I was a kid, they didn't take me to a psychologist. My mom was able to open my chakras, stabilize my karma, and clean my aura with one single slap. Woo! Again, we're
Stop
not
crying
condoning
before I
violence.
give yep. Stop crying before I give you something to cry about. That
Well,
was one I
yes.
heard. That was one I heard. I was like, boop, that one worked.
Yes,
Instead of
exactly.
crying with your mouth open, you cried with your mouth shut. Mm,
And
mm. Yeah, you start heaving. We laugh now, but 50 years ago that was not funny.
no, and you're all
No. Yeah, you're walking snot wad at that point. Now, at that point, your parents are maxing out too.
yeah,
That's an
yeah.
expression of them saying, "Look, I'm up to here with my humanity. You're next if you don't stop." And that's the only way they knew to communicate that at the time.
Yeah.
And out of survival, we switched into mode. And that's natural. That's natural. You learn, gee, parents are not perfect, and neither am I.
Yeah.
And you learn how to self soothe quickly if you can. Quickly if you can. So, this second chakras, guys, if you have questions, that's the one thing we didn't do is invite people to talk.
Yeah, please.
Please have commentary and questions. Very, very much wanted for this. I was looking to see, it's interesting that the heart chakra is a copper metal. And I think it's interesting that and copper is not normally listed as a second chakra metal, even though it's orange in
Hmm.
color. However, copper turns green quickly. And that might be, and it's also pink when it's super clean. So that might be, pink. It's copper turns pink and green. So
What are
maybe that's
the
why it's an ideal. Jaspers.
Oh, okay, cool. I
That's
had
more red jasper.
I was going in my box when I was accessorizing, and I was going in my
You
jewelry
did
box. And I
great.
went, "Ooh, orange!" And I snagged them, and I was like, "I don't know what they are. I'll have to ask."
That's absolutely yep. If you guys, yep, that's awesome opportunity there. But the more I think about it, yeah, copper is naturally pink and then naturally goes green, so that makes it a heart metal. So, but I don't know. One of it states it's also.
Thank
Sherry
you.
just wrote in, missed the
Yeah,
notification, so I just arrived. Thank you.
and
Copper is a fast conductor. Yes, yeah, it is. And yeah, heart chakra is one of the fastest energy conductors. Your heart chakra and your crown chakra, which on show 4 and show 7 of this chakra series. We'll talk about more at length. But yes, those two are powerhouses for going even faster. So the more we talk about this, maybe I'm thinking rose gold would be more of a second chakra thing
Yeah.
because that stabilizes at orange. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I have gotten to the end of my spiel except for answering any questions.
Well, and I think,
Um,
and,
Go ahead.
and while we're waiting, just to throw out a couple of things, like, so when we talk about meditating on a
Mm,
chakra, what does that mean? And meditation is nothing. Some people, let's demystify it right now.
mm,
You can meditate in a variety of different ways, and it can be
thousands.
something as simple as getting some colored pencils and one of those really neat coloring books that you just sit there and just focus for a while, and you'll soon see your thoughts are going away, and
Your breathing gets
your
even
breathing gets more even.
deeper.
And the key to beginning any meditation is just taking a couple of deep breaths in and letting it go slowly. In for 5, out for 5, if need be. A lot of times when I do meditation, I do that and I close my eyes and I'll pull energy up through the bottom of my feet from earth.
Will you
Pull.
lead us in a second chakra meditation?
I can do that. You want me to do
And
that now?
yeah, and yes, and focus on that. That is
Okay.
what we meant to do. That's what we did first last time.
Yes.
Let's do it
So we'll
again.
do. Well, I'll show you how to do the orange chakra. Chakra.
Now we're going to do a second one. So guys, get comfortable, sit back, take a deep breath.
Feel your butt in your seat. Make sure you're comfortable. Uncross your legs. Um, be supported. Um, and just kind of feel yourself in space. Be aware of your body. And I want you to take a deep breath and let it out slowly. And as you let it out, let your body relax. And do it again. And let it out slowly. Relax your shoulders, relax your head, um, relax your arms. And I want you to feel in your heart space, it's kind of like your source of energy. And let that travel down your torso, down your legs, through the bottom of your feet, and go down through the floor like you know you can, through the dirt underneath your residence, down deep into the ground. And as you're going in, you're seeing the different layers of earth, dirt, red clay in the good old South, down deeper layers of rocks and minerals and rich soil, the different tectonic plates of the earth. And you're heading toward the center. And as you get to the center of the earth, you feel the warmth that is there and the energy that is there. And you pull back up. And as you come up, you're bringing a stream of that energy with you, and it's following you and coming up with you. And let it come on up through the same tectonic plates, the layers of dirt and limestone and granite and uh, red clay, rich soil, grass, up through the bottom of your floor and into the bottoms of your feet. And pull that energy on up your legs. Let it come in, up into your torso. And as you are in your pelvic area, recognize the red chakra and imagine that it's like a big red bubble around you and it's just pulsating, and let it feel that earth energy, and it moves and spins and cleanses and becomes rejuvenated, and go up to the orange chakra where we'll spend a little bit more time there, and about your belly button area. and around you, and it's this big ball of orange light, and you see that light in your mind's eye. Imagine that you're seeing this big bundle of orange around your waist, so to speak, around your navel area, and it's just glowing. And really imagine, pull any color of orange that you can think of in there. Sometimes when I have trouble imagining a color, I think of something that I know is that color, and pull that in and bring it in and let it absorb that earth energy that you've pulled up, and feel it regenerate and expand around you. And then bring it on up to the next, a little bit higher, around your belly and where your stomach is, and that's your yellow chakra. And so let the color change in your mind to yellow, and imagine that yellow coming to life and regenerating and pulsating and moving. And then come on up to green, um, and imagine the green color. You know, if you have trouble, think about the green grass, think about a green gemstone, an emerald, those colors green. Bring that green into your vision. And be sure to breathe while we're doing this. And then you're going to go up to the blue. I'm sorry, I had to think. And the blue chakra is kind of around your upper chest and throat area. And imagine just the medium color of blue, that blue crayon that you used to use when you were in kindergarten, the a little bit darker than the blue of the sky. And just imagine that color, enjoying the energy that you're pulling up from the earth, and let it pulsate and move and vibrate. And then go up to your forehead where your third eye is, and imagine your indigo chakra there, and that's just a very deep blue. Remember, indigo ink is a deep blue, and it's deeper than a navy blue. And imagine that chakra pulsating and moving and circulating and absorbing that energy. And then we're going to go just above your head for the um, violet chakra. And that's your seventh chakra. And it's this lovely violet color, which is a very purplish type color. Um, Crayola used to have the violet color in their choices, and I used to love that color. I loved African violets, or the violets that grow in the yard, and that were purple when I was a kid. So that's absorbing that earth energy and circulating and pulsating. And then just above that, let all of it be circulating and converging into a bright, clear light, a ball of energy. And your chakras below it are lined up. They're in order, and they're all in symmetry and moving and circulating. And bring that ball of energy down and put it back into your heart space. And imagine that energy circulating, because you're grounded. You can feel it coming up from the ground and going to the top of your head and back down, and just moving through your body and keeping your chakras rolling. Take another deep breath. Exhale and open your eyes. And we lost Margot, and I don't know where she went. Too much energy, maybe. Let me see if I can find her. So hopefully that helps y'all a little bit. Um, God, I hate talking by myself. Oh, here she is. Okay. She joined twice. There we go. No, there you go.
Hi.
Hey, where did you go? Did I blow you right off the tube?
I had my eyes shut the whole time and I was sucking and blowing colors. I turned off my I turned off my microphone a little bit. I thought I did anyway. Uh,
Yeah.
and it was wonderful. I had a color bath like you wouldn't believe. Beautiful multicolored bubble. I mean, blue here and indigo here and green and pink and gold and white and clear. Ah, it was awesome. And I shrank it all into my heart. I heard you the whole way.
Oh, wow, cool.
I have no idea why I killed my. I don't know. I'm assuming the energy killed the camera for some reason. But I could hear you the whole time, and I had my eyes shut, so I had no idea I was gone.
Yeah, because I come up and I'm like, oh crap, you can see all the crud that it's not hidden by my. And I was like, where'd she go? Don't make me talk to myself.
This would not be the first time our energy has totally popped the system.
Yeah,
I'm sure your
yeah,
meditation sent it there because yeah, baby, I was cooking with color. I was
yeah.
radiating about a
That's
three
awesome.
3 feet distance from me, and I'm a happy camper now.
Yeah, and it really does. And I also do that type of meditation for my aura. While I'm in that
Mm,
meditation, I'll do my chakras, and then I'll and if y'all want this, you can say to yourself, but say it out loud. Say yes after I finish my statement if you want it. But I'll ask Creator, God, whatever your higher power is, to cleanse my auric field and repair all rips and tears and remove all debris and send it to the light and regenerate, revitalize, um, totally enrich my auric field. If you want that, say yes, and you'll
yes,
feel the energy come right down. Or at least I always feel it just like, you know.
yes, indeedy, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. It just kind of that always makes me tingle. And so that's another quick. That's a quick one you can do anytime. But
It's a
grounding is
download. It's a
yeah,
download. Yeah,
and grounding is a good thing to do anytime if you feel stressed. I always kind of have the visual of during the day, you get uptight about things and your breath comes a little lighter. It's like you're not breathing as deep and it
shallow,
comes a little lighter, it's shallower.
shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you'll feel like tension rising and then at some point you're like you know, and that's when you need to shut it off, take a deep breath, and just a
blow
five
it out.
second go down into earth, pull that energy, pull it back up. Because once you do that a couple of times, it's easy. You can do it fast.
It equalizes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it going
You get
up
that
and down
energy
like that.
circulating and it just puts you.
Hmm.
The other thing you can do is go outside and literally hug a tree. I mean, put your hand up against a tree. It is
Or hug the
amazing.
tree.
Or hug the tree.
And if you don't have time for that, you can touch the leaves
Hmm.
on
I do
bushes
that.
or run your hand across the surface of the plant or whatever of the tree. Or sit in the grass, sit on the ground, lay all the way
Mm.
back and pretend to do grass angels instead of snow angels.
Just don't do it in my yard. I have fire ants every once in a
Yeah,
while,
pay
and it's
attention to
like,
where you're laying down before you do. I
yeah.
I got two quick
I need to do
stories.
a pest removal on that too. That just reminds me.
Okay.
I hadn't concentrated on
Lie,
that.
lying on the ground in a meditative state reminds me of two stories, short, that friends have told me when they did that. One lady was doing her Reiki Master studies. She was out in the woods with her teacher, and um, she was laying. They were on a trail. They were on a trail, and she had laid. It was boulders. Teacher was sitting on a boulder. Sat on the ground, and then she laid back on the ground on the trail. And while she was laying there, she watched a lizard walk out of the leaves, out of the tall grass, look at her for a second, checked her out up and down. She didn't say anything. She didn't move. Lizard walked up on top of her, looked around, and walked up to her chest and was looking down at her face. And
Wow.
eventually, and sat there for a while and eventually walked off. And I think that's really cool when nature's totally sees you as nothing threatening, and
Yeah.
yeah, who put this human here? I'm used to walking through. Little lizard guy. And then
I
the other,
had a butterfly land on my head, yeah, the other day, and then saw another one that went right by me. Then I hit two with my car. But anyway, I figured it's
you
like,
win two, you
I
lose
hate it.
two.
It's like, guys, keep going, keep up. So I'm too late.
Manifesting, yeah, energy out there. And then the other story, a lady was meditating in the woods doing her shamanic studies, and she was sitting on the ground for a long time and with other people, and she didn't move. She went way out, way, way, way out, and just completely left her body and came back. When she came back, there were people that were with her, and they said, "Sweetie, don't move. Let us tell you what's going on. It's nothing's going to hurt you. We just want to tell you. We thought you want to know." While she was meditating, a lizard had come up and had made a nest in her hair and had fallen asleep. And they wanted to tell her so that she wouldn't hurt the lizard by standing up and knocking it over. And
Yeah.
she let it stay for, several more minutes. It woke up when she did, and it walked off. So, yeah, animals are very, very, very sensitive to these meditations and what energy you are putting out.
Yes.
Absolutely. But can you imagine waking up and there's a lizard nested in your hair?
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Oh.
bro, make yourself at home, really. No, really, got plenty of room in here.
That is so
That
cool.
that is really cool. Yeah, got pictures of butterflies landing. That happens a lot. Um, my husband sits in our that's his man cave. Sits in our garage overlooking some a lake and some trees, somebody else's property behind us, and animals come up to him. Raccoons come up to him. Crawdads have come up to him. Deer, turkeys, and lately sparrows literally come up and land on the ground near him, right at him, in the garage, at the edge of the garage.
Wow.
A What was it last time? A possum. It was raining and hard one night, and the possum came in out of the rain and looked at him for a few minutes. And David said, "Buddy, you can't stay here because eventually I got to close the door." And he went, and the possum went and walked off and shuffled off into the rain again and out into the night. So yeah, it's what energy you put out. Animals know, and we
And I
know
can
this.
very much see animals coming to David. I mean, he just has that energy
Mm-hmm.
anyway.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Well,
when
and
you
then there was that wedding ceremony he did where the people had the lizard
commit.
iguana
Yeah,
chameleon.
it was a bearded lizard,
Yeah,
a pet bearded lizard, and it was fine with sitting on David too. And David
yeah.
gave it a kiss. Dolphins jump when we do our weddings. Sharks have beached themselves while we're doing our weddings. Beach foxes come down out of the dunes and start playing in the dunes at the base of the dunes while we have our weddings. It's People are like, y'all are freaking Walt Disney over here. We're like, yeah, we're kind of used to it. Birds come
Do you
at us. Mm-hmm.
do you help the sharks back into the water?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad it's not whales because we don't have the manpower for that.
Oh, we lost you again, dear. She'll be back. All right, guys. So if y'all have questions, or are you still out in the ozone somewhere? Um, there she comes. Okay, yeah.
Yep. The energy's gotten really high. If you guys, yeah, if you have any questions, um, second chakra is good for any health issue related to your pelvis.
And so what you want to
Pelvis.
do is, and even just even if you don't do the whole meditation that we did,
Mm,
imagine, just get quiet, breathe, and imagine the color orange. You know, and take, if you're into essential oils, the orange oils and stuff are really good, or even a scented orange candle, something like that would be
it's the
good.
intention.
Yeah.
It's your intention. It doesn't have to be a signature orange or rose or tin metal or Venus or moonstone per se. It's your intention, because humans are that cool. Humans are that powerful. Yeah.
Yes.
The energy's
Yeah.
going to follow whatever you intend it to. Yeah.
So
So,
yeah, so some good stuff.
more
But
next
if
month.
yes, more next month, and for next week, let me put this up just to show. We're wrapping up on August 31st. We're going to do Honing Your Intuition Part 3, and this will be the last of the three-part series. If you've missed Part 1 and 2, we had Part 1 in June and Part 2 in July, and those will be in that iriscarter.com, the EOI directory, Eyes of Indigo directory. There's a link to it at the very top of my website, so you'll be able to see that. And then we'll also be publishing a new list of what's coming up in probably the next couple of days. I'll have that pulled together.
For September. Sherry
Yeah.
says, Sherry typed out, thank you. You're very welcome. Namaste. And blessings to all. Have a wonderful week. Please come back and join us next Wednesday night. And
Yes.
and we look forward to seeing you.
Very, very much so. Thank you all so much. And let's do this.
Bye bye.
Thank you for joining the Eyes of Indigo with Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. Music is Arcadia by Kevin MacLeod of Incomptech.com, licensed under Creative Commons. Visit our Facebook page for broadcast details at www.facebook.com/Eyes of Indigo. Show is copyrighted 2022 by Iris Carter and Margot Ross Sears. All rights reserved.